4 uncanny similarities between Mayan and Egyptian cultures. The civilizations of ancient Egypt and Maya, while separated by thousands of miles, shared a number of recognizable features. Egypt's civilization appears to have begun about 4000 to 3500 BC in northern Africa, while the Mayan civilization appears to have arisen around 3300 BC in the Yucatan Peninsula of North America, now modern Guatemala and Mexico. Both of these cultures occupied large areas of land and expanded their domains through military conquest and exploration. Some historians and archaeologists also believe that there was a close connection between both civilizations. Let's explore 4 uncanny similarities between Mayan and Egyptian cultures and try to understand these resemblances. Number 1. Cranial deformation. Scholars have been aware of the intriguing similarity between Mayan and Egyptian cultures in terms of elongated skulls and cranial deformation for many centuries. This practice appears to have been employed by both civilizations as a means of distinguishing the elite from the lower classes. The earliest accounts of cranial deformation among the Maya were recorded by Spanish chroniclers in the 16th century. An important contribution to the understanding of this phenomenon was made by the American explorer John L. Stephens in 1843 when he published his work titled Incidents of Travel in Yucatan. In this book, Stephens described the discovery of an artificially deformed skull during one of his excavations. The notion that the Mayan elite engaged in cranial deformation is intriguing because it appears that the Egyptian elite also practiced a similar technique of skull elongation, possibly for the same purpose of distinguishing themselves from the lower classes or common people. Historians believe that this kind of practice was quite common during the reign of Akhenaten, 1353 to 1336 BCE. Artworks portraying Akhenaten's daughters, Nefernu-Faruetan and Nefernu-Farur, with elongated skulls have been found in some pieces of Amarna art. Number 2. Human jaguars and human lions. The Egyptians and Maya both created art and architecture depicting human beings transforming into felines. For the Egyptians, the feline was the lion. For the Maya, the feline was a jaguar. Side-by-side comparisons of an Egyptian sphinx with what Mesoamerican scholars describe as the weird jaguar reveal many commonalities. Researchers and philosophers have sought to decipher the meaning of these mysterious and colossal sphinx statues. When asked to explain the symbolic meaning of the sphinx, mainstream Egyptologists associate the sphinx with general concepts like royalty and the monarchy, and with qualities of majesty and nobility, and so on. But these depictions do not answer the fundamental question, namely, why convert a human being into a lion? What does this human into feline symbolism mean? Just as Egypt's pharaohs were depicted as lions, Mesoamerican, Olmec, Maya, Aztec kings and rulers were depicted as jaguars. The real objective of using these sphinx statues is still shrouded in mystery. Number 3. Egyptians, Mayans, and the Freemasonic ConnectionLe Plongeon found an even more amazing similarity that ties the Egyptian and Maya cultures to each other and to Freemasonry. In his book Sacred Mysteries Among the Mayas and the Quiches, Le Plongeon expressed his belief that the Egyptians and Maya used the very same Tau cross in a way that made him believe it had the same meaning in both Egypt and Mexico. The Tau was a symbol used by ancient cultures in Greece, Ireland, Spain, Egypt, and Mexico. Its use by the Egyptians and Maya fascinated Le Plongeon. Still many questions to answer, yet such as how did both cultures, separated by the Atlantic Ocean, come to adapt the same Tau cross for thousands of years? The Tau cross is also a very important Masonic symbol, appearing to Masonic tracing boards, aprons, jewelry, etc. Number 4. Mayans, Egyptians, and Third Eye religion. Some historians and archaeologists believe that the ancient art of awakening the third eye was a kind of universal religion that flourished in antiquity, but it is still unrecognized by mainstream scholars. In ancient Egypt, the solar Aten symbol crowns the forehead. The Aten was a symbol of the soul, source, and the act of awakening the third eye means awakening the eye of the soul and seeing the soul or source within. The eye symbol was carved into friezes, engraved on reliefs, sculpted into statues, and etched on papyri. The third symbol was also often used in the symbolism of the ancient Mayan civilization. In the end, we can say that while there are similarities between these two cultures, archaeologists and scholars have still failed to find any solid proof of any cultural interactions between these two civilizations. Therefore, we still have to dig deep into the history for hidden secrets of these civilizations, as there are many mysteries that are still unraveled.